The T-100 LT is an incredibly powerful Tier 10 Russian light tank. It is currently the #1 performer in Tier 10, and I guess Wargaming has taken notice to that, as this vehicle is going to be receiving a nerf, quite a substantial one, in Update 9.1. In today's video, we're going to be talking overall about the vehicle, how it's currently performing, and how it should perform in 9.1 if it's even going to be worth to ever grind. So let's start off with its durability. It's losing 50 hit points. Now that's really not going to hurt the tank too much, but I guess if you tried rushing somebody and, I don't know, you needed that 50 hit points, now you don't have it. Crossing capacity will actually get better though. I'm very happy about this. If any of you have driven the T-100 LT in water, I can tell you many experiences from comp season, it's really bad. Like if you're on Castilla and you've got to drive through the water to get out of trouble, you're basically screwed, because when going through water, your tank almost instantly slows down. You can barely turn, and you go like 30 kilometers per hour. I'm very happy that Wargaming is buffing its terrain resistance in water, because it definitely should be a very mobile tank, not like an E-100. Armor thickness in the hull's upper plates will be nerfed. Now, I agree that they're nerfing the hull, but I feel like it should be a bit more. The reasoning is down to the fact that right now the upper plate's 90 millimeters thick, and it's going to be nerfed down to 74, or not 74, 76. Now, for any of you that are unaware on how auto ricochet angles work, any angle that is over 70 degrees will automatically ricochet any shell, unless you have a caliber of the gun that is 3 times the thickness of the armor. That's 3 calibers rule. So if you're using an FE2 and 5B183 and aiming at a 50 millimeter plate, you can always penetrate that 50 millimeter plate no matter what angle it's at, even if it's at an 89 degree angle. Compared to a 122 millimeter the IS-4 carries, it will never overmatch the upper plate if it's at over a 70 degree angle. When it comes to the T-100 LT, even with the nerf, the upper plate is still going to be sitting at 228 millimeters needed with 3 calibers rule. So basically you can't overmatch the upper plate with any tank, even a 183. So if you just use 5 degrees of gun depression on this tank, you're driving along, you'll still get basically the same amount of bounce as you had then that you will in the next update. So yeah, tank's armor is still going to be pretty strong, especially because the side armor is not changing, neither is the really troll turd armor. Reload time will be increased by 0.77 seconds. That means it's losing quite a bit of DPM. How much damage per minute is it losing? 400. Now the tank sits at a very strong amount of DPM as it is, 3563. So it's going to be going down to around 3150 DPM, which isn't actually awful still. It's over the 3K mark, but it's definitely going to affect how the tank plays. So my recording software, I just realized, wasn't recording anything I said, so I guess we're a little bit into the battle here, but I haven't done anything yet, so that's good news. Now, back to what I was saying. I think I was talking about the nerf on the DPM. I don't think the nerf on the DPM is going to kill the tank's playstyle, because it'll still have decent DPM, but the biggest thing that the DPM nerf is going to affect is its frontline capabilities. Right now, the LT is amazing at dealing with mediums and other light tanks. Next update, it's going to be a lot harder to absolutely not care about enemy mediums, because they're going to have more DPM than you. So if you try rushing a medium, they're probably going to be able to beat you half the time in the brawl. So yeah, keep that in mind. Now, we did shoot at the LT, because obviously I want to clear the enemy light tank. That's just a common sense thing. So there you go. That's 2 shots in the enemy LT, and that's a pretty big chunk of hit points we've been able to take off. But I mean, if the dude wants to poke me, I'll take as many hit points off as I can. So let's see if he wants to keep poking. There you go. We've brought him down now to a very low amount of hit points, and also because this IS-4 missed us, we're going to aim in on his lower plate. Ooh, that was very, very sad. Big sad moment there. So let's aim it on this IS-4's lower plate again. There you go. Nice shot. And with that, the boss shot T-25T AP is going to finish him off. So in this battle, we've been able to use our mobility, get behind the enemy team, and take a fairly healthy chunk off that enemy T-100 LT. We're going to continue flanking behind, because I want to clear the enemy 183. And let's see. He actually doesn't have the gun depression in this current position to hit me. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to go for his track wheel. There you go. And now I'm just going to drive past him, because we've tracked him and I know he didn't have the gun depression in that position. Just couldn't kill me. So that's great news. You're able to deal with that player. Now we do have the Emil 2 right over here, and I'm just going to push onto the side of the Emil 2. There's 1 shell into his tank, and let's continue getting more out. We're up to 2,600 damage dealt already. Let's get a nice HE into the rear. Oh boy, that's a big old slap, isn't it? And with that, let's get 1 more shell, finishing off the enemy Emil 2. Okay, that's great news. All that's left on to the side is the Moishin, who honestly we're just going to get 1 easy tap into right there. We're going to put on our adrenaline, and in 1 more more seconds. We're going to get another nice tap. Oh, he turned his tank last second there. That's poob. Oh well, we're going to finish him off with that one quite easily. And there you have it. I mean, this is the LT currently. It's an amazing tank. Now, everything we did in this update here, everything we did right now, honestly, I think we could have dealt. I mean, obviously, we wouldn't have gotten as much damage out as quickly, but I still think that the damage output we did in this battle would have been not too bad. So we did pretty good. We were able to deal around 4,000 damage in this game, use our mobility, get behind the enemy 183. I mean, that dude knew we were coming behind, but he really didn't think very much of it because he put himself in a terrible position. So that's fine with me. We were able to deal with the 183. We were able to deal with a lot of the enemy tanks and come out with a victory, so not too bad. Let's play one more battle in the LT and see how it can perform. Now, the update should be coming out any day. I would guess tomorrow or the 7th is when the update is coming out. So it'll be fairly soon when we get to see these changes actually come in action. I think the biggest actual change that this is going to have is among the player base. A lot of people right now know the LT is so strong, so a lot of people play the LT. It's one of the most common tanks to find in Tier 10. Next update, it's going to be a lot less common to find T-100 LTs. When the Emil 1 was nerfed, it was barely nerfed. It was like changed a teeny bit on its statistics, and everybody was just so sad that the vehicle was nerfed and quote-unquote ruined, even though the Emil 1 is like still the strongest performing Tier 8 in the game. And that's exactly what I see happening here with the LT is I feel like most of the good players are just going to see this as ruining the tank, and they're not going to play it anymore. So you're just going to see a lot less of these tanks rolling around on the battlefield. Is that a good thing? In some ways, yes. I mean, we all know the LT's spotting mechanic is pretty dumb, so if I don't have to deal with this thing spotting me for 20 seconds on the battlefield, I gotta say that's definitely a plus over a negative for me. But let's push into the front line. They've got most of their team over here. Unfortunately, our VK90 has somehow managed to bleed a fairly healthy amount of his hit points. Now, we got the Hori. There you go. Nice shot right into the rear of the Hori. And we're going to push in. I should be able to get some nice shells into this dude. So let's see. There you go. Another nice shot out. Now, the enemy team is all over everywhere here. So I want to get another shell out into that Hori or something here, but we weren't able to do that in this current moment. This is just a weird battle. We are already down a very hefty amount of hit points, judging that one of our teammates is dead already. We've got the Yo off to the side, who I'm going to get a nice shell into. There you go. And I don't think that Yo is enjoying life all too much anymore, if I'm going to be totally honest, especially because he's dead now. But that's fine with me. Let's back up from the enemy Hori. I mean, if this dude wants to chase me, we're obviously way, way more mobile than a Hori. So we can just drive away. Let's go this way, and the Hori is just going to chase me, and we're going to leave. Although, you know what? If the Hori does want to go after me, that is fine, because let's get one shell into his tank right there. We're super low down, so it's going to be hard for this player to actually hit me here as well, although I guess not. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, I don't want to be shot by the grill as well. All right, there. Nice shot into the Hori. A little bit of a snap, and let's just leave. That's not something I want to deal with, so let's just get a nice shot into the IS-8 while we're crossing and leave. I'm very happy that that grill got stuck like a doofus, but I didn't think that grill was actually just going to full send it for me. But yeah, let's just make our way over towards the WZ-111-14, and let's start getting some shells into his vehicle. He was unfortunately able to clear our Object 260, but that's not going to make the biggest of differences in the overall grand scheme of things because, I mean, we're just using our insane DPM and mobility to deal with the WZ. So there you go. That player is cleared. Hori, I'm sorry, dude, but you were annoying me earlier, so now I get the final laugh and clear you. And there you have it. That's another 3,900 damage game. So this is what the LT is capable of, just absolutely not caring about the enemy team, easy 4Ks, and coming out with victories. So, yeah, I guess we'll see how the tank performs next update. Let me know what you guys think about this vehicle in the comments down below getting nerfed. But other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.